What is up, everybody? It is Chimpso here. Today I'm doing the answer to the Q&A video that I posted a couple of days ago for 5,000 subs. So, I know that my hair's like sticking up somewhere here, but there's nothing I can do to that. I just need a fucking haircut. It's just terrible. But anyways, let's get into the questions right here, shall we? So, why the name Chimpso, somebody asked. Well, believe it or not, it actually has nothing to do with chimps at all, and it has nothing to do with the Japanese word for penis or anything like that, which is chimpo or something like that. Even though that will be a very fitting name for me, believe it or not. Let's not go there yet. There are some interesting questions here where I think we're going to get there. But anyways, name Chimpso came from a video game called Perfect Dark for Nintendo 64. I'm sure a lot of you have played it. If you've played GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64, classic game, one of my favorite games of all time. Practically birthed the first-person shooter genre back, years and years ago. Perfect Dark was basically the spiritual successor to that. It was very similar. And there was a weapon in that game called the CMP-150. And basically, the game had this like futuristic sort of font because it was set in the future. So like the numbers looked like letters almost. So instead of it saying CMP 150 to me, it read CMP ISO, and I always used to call it the Chimpso for some reason. I have absolutely no idea why. But then I remembered I just signed up for a random website. I think it was the Grand Theft Auto wiki back in the day, like 5 years ago, and that word was in my head, and I just used it for my username, and it just stuck all these years. So anyways, what game has had the most influence on you, and what was the first game you ever played? Well, I've been a video gamer since I was like 5 years old. I used to play like a fucking Blue's Clues game back when I was 4 or 5. Had my own computer around then as well. But there are a lot of games that really impacted me when I was young and really solidified my love for video gaming. Medal of Honor Allied Assault was a massive one. I used to play that game religiously when I was like 7, 8 years old. I loved it so much. But I'm just looking at my shelf here because all these games are fucking still up here. Star Wars Empire at War. What else? Let me have a look. Yeah, I mean, like, there's just like so many. Like Grand Theft Auto. The Grand Theft Auto series was a big one for me. I used to play Grand Theft Auto a lot. Vice City was and still is my favorite Grand Theft Auto game. As of which game had the most influence on me, I mean, at this point it's probably League of Legends, because I fucking started a YouTube channel about it, but, probably the Grand Theft Auto games. They really taught me about video gaming, they solidified my love for video gaming, but there were also a lot of other games as well. Age of Empires was a massive one that came even before Medal of Honor. The first Age of Empires, I think I've still got the original disc that I used to install that, like, 13 or 14 years ago. Age of Empires 2, all these old games, like, pretty much, think of any popular old game from like, early 2000s, and it was a game that had a massive influence on me. I played them all. Why did you choose to start playing Singed? Well, I always liked Singed. There's some champions in the game that I've always liked. I always liked Singe's playstyle, I always like how stupid he is just running around killing people. And when I learned about this whole proxy Singe thing in Season 3, I didn't really try it back then when it was really overpowered, but then halfway through Season 4, I sort of began watching a few more videos about it, and I'm like, hey, this looks cool, I should try it out. Of course, as all people who try out Proxy Singe do, I fed like fucking mad, but then I discovered Johnny Holmes, or Grand Theft Audio, if you watch his stream, and I watched all his videos, and I'm basically like, yeah, if this guy can do this, I can fucking do this. And that's what I did. I just kept practicing, and yeah, I just chose to start playing Singe, because I'm like, this proxy thing looks pretty cool, I'd love to do that. And yeah, I just worked hard at it, and I got where I am today. Will you take my virginity? Alright, settle down, alright? You gotta send me nudes first, right? If you're a girl with a nice ass, or hell, even a guy with a nice ass, send me some nudes first, then we'll see, alright? I'm not auctioning it off just yet, but it's possible in the future. Do you play anything nowadays besides League? What are your favorite games past 2010 and your favorite from this year? Oh my god. Well, I play World of Warships a lot. I really love that game. And I basically just go back and play, like, old stuff that I used to play, I go back and play, what's it called? Scarface, The World Is Yours, once a year. I love that game, Scarface, The World Is Yours. If you haven't played it, go play it. It actually influenced the production of Grand Theft Auto 5 a bit. Like, they stole some things from that game. But yeah, that's a really good game. Favorite games past 2010. Geez, I don't know. Was Dawn of War 2 past 2010? because that was a really good one. I like the new Wolfenstein games as well, the New Order, and the DLC to that game were really good. And like, I just can't recall them off the top of my head, but I do like a lot of games past 2010. I'm still a video gamer now, obviously, so I've liked a lot of the big titles. I don't know if Red Dead Redemption. I think Red Dead Redemption was 2010, but that was a really big one for me. I loved RDR. Yeah, there's a lot. I can't just list them off the top of my head. There's a lot. What's the worst state you've played League in, as in drunk, high, stoned, wired, etc.? And did you win? I've never actually played League, like, inebriated in any way. I think the worst state I played League in was when I had a blood nose, like, in the middle of the game. It was the middle of the summer here in Australia, and I just randomly got a blood nose, as it happens when it's hot to me for some reason. And I'm just like, oh, fuck, like, I was wiping my nose, I'm like, oh, you know, I must have, like, a blocked nose. I'm like, a blocked nose, it's the middle of fucking summer. I look at my hand, and it's all got blood all over, I'm like, fuck! Gotta run and grab a tissue, shove it in my nose, keep playing. But yeah, that's probably the worst state I've ever played League in. I've never played it like high or drunk or anything. Who is your favorite Pokemon? Probably Miss Magius. I don't really play the Pokemon games much anymore. I've got them all on emulator on my PC, of course. I play them every now and again, like maybe once a year. But I always go for Miss Magius whenever I can. I really like that Pokemon for some reason. I don't know. It just looks fucking cool. I mean, look at this fucking thing. It just looks cool. I don't know. I don't really like Ghost Pokemon either. I just like Miss Magius because it looks so cool. Hottest League character? Taric. No discussion. Is Singe the only champ you ever mained, or are/were there others? Also, is Singe your all-time favorite champ? No, he isn't the first champion I mained. If we go back in Season 3, I sort of mained... I was in bronze, like high bronze at the end of Season 3, and I only started seriously playing ranked at the end of Season 3. I started playing League, as the pre-Season 3 began, so in like January 2013. But, yeah, sorry, when I first started playing League, I really like AP champions. I liked, like Vladimir, I liked Lissandra when she came out, and I basically, when I started playing ranked, I would just spam Vladimir and Lissandra top, and just push all day to win. That's all you gotta do in low elo to win games, just push all day. And Vlad and Lissandra are really good at that. I'll just stay top lane the whole game and get like double the CS of everyone in the game, and we'll just win based off the pressure. But the first champion that I like seriously mained was Ryze. This is old Ryze, not new Ryze. This was back when he was sort of overpowered, and he was just left in an overpowered state for so long. Basically, they buffed the range on his Q, I think, to match his other spells, and that just brought him back into a good position again. And I remember playing him top lane in normals for like 5 games in a row, and just fucking destroying everyone with him. I'm like, holy shit, like I should take this to ranked. And then I did that, I took it to ranked, and I got like a 66% win rate on him over like 80 games or something. You can check my lolking in the Season 4 slot. But I went from Silver 2 after my promos into Platinum 5 in Season 4. And it was all with Ryze top. And yeah, he was just really good, and no one played him at all. Like, he was never banned. I think like only one person ever picked him over me. And like, I've still got the thing on the wall here that has like counter picks for champions. Like, I didn't play him against Irelia or Riven, and you can see them all here like, oh yeah, here are my bans list. I've got it all on my wall still. I still haven't taken it down on like a sticky note. But yeah, I took rank really seriously in Season 4, and that's basically where I learned how to play League properly. And I got to Platinum in that season, so yeah, he was my first main. And is Singe my all-time favorite champ? Well, so far. I mean, there's always a potential for a new champion to come out that's better, but right now, yeah, nothing beats the fun of playing Singed. What made you pick the champs you main? I don't know, like, I guess the reason why I main, or have mained the champs that I do, is because I just did well with them, you know? I did well with Ryze in a couple of games, so I decided to main him. I did well with Singed after I like actually learned how to play him and committed to learning, so I kept playing him. And you know, they're fun as well. I like playing Ryze top and controlling the wave and farming up and becoming a beast. I like farming. I've always liked farming, but I hate AD carries. I just can't play AD carry. There's too much pressure on you. Everyone's focusing you. Fuck that. Play Singe, play Ryze, farm up a lot more easily, and still stomp people late game. So, yeah, that's probably why I picked those champions to main. What time is on your clock when you read this next word? Delicious. It's 11:02 in the morning. What type of cheese is the moon made of? My friend says Swiss because of the holes, but I told him those were just craters. Okay, your friend is a fucking idiot. Okay, the moon isn't made of Swiss cheese, because Swiss cheese doesn't just have, like, little craters in it. You're right, you're completely right. If the moon was made of Swiss cheese, it would have, like, fucking holes boring all the way through it. That's not what the moon is. As for what cheese the moon's actually made of, I don't know, I'm just gonna go with feta, because I really like feta cheese. Cheeseburgers or burritos? Cheeseburgers. Love me a cheeseburger. Take me to Mickey D's, I'll fucking eat 5 cheeseburgers. I love them. I love them. I know, like, my body doesn't say so, but I love cheeseburgers. Best thing ever. No pickles, extra onion, extra ketchup, extra mustard. But no pickles. Fuck pickles. And extra cheese, maybe, if I'm in the mood. How do you feel about the state of League right now? A lot of people seem to think the game has become too unbalanced and anti-fun over the years. Do you believe that as well? I think it's just changing in stupid ways. I don't think it's anti-fun. I just think that they're trying to introduce too much new shit when they don't need to. Like, every fucking champion has this retarded minigame now. Like, Kindred, oh, you could fucking, like, you know, you hunt down monster camps and you get permanent damage. like, why? Like, there's no point. She would just be a champion that you could buff in other areas without having that mechanic. You know, fucking Garen, look, oh, you can hunt down the villain now and you can get, like, extra damage. Like, fuck that shit, man. Just buff him in other areas. You don't need these stupid minigames. They don't do anything. Okay, if you're gonna have a minigame, you need to make it core to that champion's kit. You need to have them play around that minigame. A good example is Nasus. Nasus has the minigame of Stacky's Q, but it's essential to playing Nasus. Like, you work around that minigame. It's core to his kit. You know, Kindred's fucking, you know, percent damage isn't core to a kit. You could live without it. If you don't, you know, get some stacks early on, you'll be fine. But, you know, Nasus, you fucking lose stacks early game, you're fucked. But yeah, I really don't like all these mini-games that they're creating, and, you know, the general unbalanced state they're releasing champions in. I mean, when was the last balance release? Like, fucking Vel'Koz? Like, when was that? Early Season 4 or some shit? Like, they just need to work more on balance, and they need to not overload champion kits and keep putting in these stupid fucking minigames. I don't understand why they do that. They can make champions unique in different ways. They're trying to force uniqueness on champions when they should just make the champion's kit itself have them unique. Like Singe, for example. Singe is one of a kind in League of Legends, right? He is unique based on his kit. He's not unique based on some fucking minigame like, you know, every minion you kill gives you 2 stacks to insanity that makes Singed gain movement speed. Like, fuck that. Like, just give him insanity potion and have him gain stats. It's much simpler and it's not, like, gimmicky and overloaded. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on the state of League right now. What is your favorite anime? Okay, this question came up quite a few times. It's actually a pretty difficult one to answer. I guess you could, oh man, like, I don't even know. There's so many good animes that I've watched, I just can't pick one. I mean, I know, like, not many people consider it like a you know, hardcore anime or anything. Like, Pokemon is definitely up there. I watched, like, all the episodes of Pokemon back in the day. But in terms of, like, you know, anime that isn't as mainstream, a certain Scientific Railgun and a certain Magical Index were really good. I really liked them. I actually have the manga up on my shelf. They were really good. They were excellent animes. If I had to pick a favorite, it would probably be those. But they're, like, by a short margin. There are a lot of other good ones that I've watched that are just excellent. You know, Strike Witches, if you're into the ecchi stuff. That was that was alright. I like that. Obviously, I watched it for the plot. But yeah, that was alright. But yeah, there are a lot of animes I really watch. Fucking pinpointing down one that I can just really like is very difficult to do. I'm gonna take my fucking jumper off. It's hot in here. Bloody hell. Oh! God damn it. Oh my god, this shirt is stained. How embarrassing. Oh, can you even see it? Can you even fucking see this shirt right here? No, you can't. It doesn't even fucking matter. It doesn't matter if the fucking shirt's stained. It's cool. What is your least favorite champion to go up against when playing Singed? Vayntop. Vayntop. And someone else later on in the Q&A asked, like, if you had to face Singed top, what would you play against him? Vayntop. Impossible matchup. Unless the Vayne is absolutely fucking retarded, you are going to get wrecked. So yeah, Vayntop. But there are a few others as well, like Cassiopeia top is a fucking nightmare. Callista top, you know, sort of these, like, niche, high mobility, high damage, percent health shredding picks that just destroy you. But, you know, you don't encounter them too often, so it's not too much of a problem. Will you play a game of Yorick? I've never played Yorick, and he's never, like, seen to me as a champion that has any appeal, so probably not, no. Will you try to make YouTube your job, or what will be your actual job? I mean, that's a dream, man. You know, everyone wants to do something like this for a living. You know, doing something that you really enjoy doing for a living would be awesome. And, you know, I'll do my best to work towards that. But, you know, obviously that's a dream, man. That's a dream. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to do it as a job. And if I didn't get it, don't exactly know what I would do. But I'd love to do it as a job. You know, maybe in the future I will, you know, experiment with some ideas to help make that happen, but as of now, I'm just content with doing it as a little bit of a side hobby. But yeah, I'd love to make it my full-time job. That'll be fucking awesome, man. Can you tell us that story about when you got your dick stuck in a toaster? Okay, so this is a really funny story, right? So I love fried eggs and toast. Like, fried eggs and toast are the best, okay? Not sunny side up. Fuck that shit. You gotta flip it over for a little bit, leave it for maybe like 30 seconds or so. Nice runny yolk, a lot of salt, toast, white bread, dip it in. Oh, fucking beautiful, man. So one day I was cooking eggs, and I hadn't put the toast in yet. I'm like, fuck, I gotta put the toast in, otherwise it's not gonna be ready for the eggs, and then it's gonna be fucking cold and shit. But while I was cooking the eggs, I, like, fucked up somehow. Like, oil was splatting everywhere, I used way too much butter, and I burnt all my fingers. I burnt all my fucking fingers, and this is a really, really bad problem. My fingers really hurt. So when I was getting the toast out of the bag to put it in the toaster, it was fine because, you know, it was not toasted yet, it was just bread. It still hurt to pick it up because my fingers were really badly burnt, but I was able to put it in the toaster just fine. But anyways, the problem here came when I tried to get it out of the toaster. You see, it's fine to put cold bread inside a toaster when your fingers are burnt, but when you're trying to get toasted toast out of a toaster when your fingers are burnt, sort of impossible. I couldn't, you know, get my hands in there. I couldn't get the bread out. I couldn't use my mouth. It was too hot. I had to think of some way to get it out. I obviously couldn't stick a fucking metal fork in there. I didn't have any plastic cutlery. I don't know. I needed to do something. So, you know, my dick was my only option. So I tried to put it in there, but, you know, my gigantic 12-inch cock wouldn't fit in the toaster at all. So it sort of got stuck, and yeah. Would you consider posting videos of more champions playing with other YouTubers? Also, what color are your eyes? Oh yeah, of course, like, this is like a League of Legends channel, but it's not just a Singe channel. I want to make other champions as well, and I got a couple of commentaries already that are of other champions. I'd definitely love to. You know, there's only so many people you can get who want to watch you just for Singe. You got to do other shit as well. As for collaborating with other YouTubers or playing with other YouTubers, yeah, but, you know, they're all on fucking NA or EU West or something. I'm on fucking OCE. No one plays on OCE. There are no YouTubers in fucking OCE. Like, there's maybe like a couple of streamers, but nobody plays in Australia, man. So, I mean, I'd love to, but I don't really think I can. And my eye color is brown. What is your opinion on Jungle Karthus? Also, what runes and mastery do you use on him? Blah, blah, blah. I will be making a Jungle Karthus guide very soon. So I'll answer those questions there. Would you ever play in LCS if some team invites you even though you're a one-trick pony? Hell no, man! Like, why would you ever play for the LCS? You don't get paid as much as if you were a famous streamer. You know, you'll make much more money if you, like, stream and you work on streaming and you become a much better streamer. And, you know, then you can enter, like, other tournaments. You don't need the stress and the pressure and the intense training regimen of the LCS, man. Fuck that shit. Like, no way. I would never join the LCS. I'll, like, join tournaments and shit, but I'd never want to be committed to, like, a single team. That would just be horrible for me. Is Jungle Singe possible, and can you do a video of it? Yes, it is possible. Yes, it's bad. No, I'm not going to do a video on it. It's just not that good. There's no real reason to play Jungle Singed. Yeah, you can do it, and you can make it work, but, like, why? Just play Lane Singed. You don't need to. What kind of hentai do you watch? Can you recommend any? Well, I don't exactly watch hentai. Like, I don't... Because, like, the thing with porn is, the sounds of porn I just don't like. Like, all the fucking, like, like, all the fucking exaggerated sounds that they make. I don't like it. So if I watch porn, I watch it muted. And the same thing goes with hentai, really. So I don't really watch hentai, I read hentai. And, you know, fucking any good hentai site, I'm on it, man. Like, it's cool. I'm there. So, yeah, pretty much anything on those sites is something that I recommend. Have you ever got a pentakill with Singed? If not, have you ever got close? No, I haven't even gotten a quadra kill with Singed. He's just not one of those champions. I've only ever gotten 2 pentakills. I got one with Yasuo, like, the day after he came out, and I got one with Jinx a couple months ago, actually. But, you know, those are champions that are very good at getting pentakills, so not exactly much of an achievement. If Singed was against a Fiora, how do I deal with her without AFKing? You kill yourself. If you had to take in a famous League player as your student and watch them proxy Singed, who would it be? Also, in all honesty, where would you rank yourself in terms of proxy skills? Well, in terms of ranking myself, I'd say I'm one of the best in the world, but that's simply because I'm one of the only in the world. Nobody plays proxy Singed, but there are definitely players who are a lot better at it than me. Like, you don't even have to look too hard to find them. As for a famous League player who I want to teach proxy Singed, I mean, perhaps the only famous League player I actually like is Dyrus. Really sad that he's retiring at the end of the year. There's pretty much no reason for me to watch TSM if there's no Dyrus on the team. So, yeah, but Dyrus, you know, he's the Singed man, so he probably already knows how to proxy. I don't know, man, like, who would I teach? Maybe someone funny, like XPK or something. That'd be funny. I think he'd like that. Favorite place to visit? Well, I don't know if this is saying favorite place I've visited or favorite place I want to visit. I really want to go to North Africa. I want to, like, see the desert out there. I want to go to, like, you know, like Tunis and all that in Tunisia, like fucking cosmopolitan city, man. Looks awesome. But, you know, fucking ISIS is having fun up there, so not exactly a good idea at the moment. But yeah, I'd love to at some point. That'd be a great place to visit. And, like, seeing all the exhibits from, like, North Africa campaign of World War II and all that, going to all the museums up there, I think that'd be pretty cool as well. How did you decide to make League videos? Well, I just thought one day, like... Well, here's the thing, right? I used to watch YouTubers all the time, and I used to watch League YouTubers as well. And every time I'd watch them, I would always think to myself, I can do that. I can fucking do that. I can do that easy. I can do that better than these guys. Now, that might not be true, and I've sort of figured out the hard way. It's a bit harder than it seems. But, yeah, I just decided one day, like, hey, I have the capability of doing this. I should, like, try doing it. I just built a new fucking PC that's powerful enough to edit shit and all that. So, yeah, I mean, like, let's do it, man. And, yeah, now I'm here. I just started to do it one day. And, yeah, I got to where I am now. At what time do you usually stream on Twitch? Okay, just to get the streaming thing out again for the millionth time, I do not stream on Twitch. Why? Because my internet is too shit, right? This is my fucking internet speed, right? I can't stream on that. It's just impossible. I can't. If I do, it's like pixelated as fuck, and it lags League. That's how bad my upload speed is. So I can't stream. I'd love to, but I can't, you know. Maybe in the future, if I ever move out of here, you know, get a better place with better internet, but as of now, no, can't stream. Sorry. Which champ do you think is the most fun to play besides Singed? Karthus. Just that is fucking so much fun to just get off, and just getting like random double kills or triple kills around the map, looking at the person who you know is gonna die with their ult, and then just suddenly 2 more people die who you weren't even watching. It's just that's just fucking hilarious, man. I love Karthus. What do you do when people are stupid and miss CS at their tower just to stop your proxy? I spam laugh, pop ghost, and run away from them. They're missing CS. I'm winning, so you know that's cool. I'm happy. That's what I want to happen. That's my job, man. You know, make them miss CS. Be happy. Be happy when people come for you. It's good. And that's like fucking Vayne or a Nara or some shit, and be a bit pissed off. But you know, fucking Shen comes for you at level 1. Laugh in his face, man. Nothing he's gonna do. Does Singed still with mana items like Tier or Roa? Sure you can, but it's just wasted stats. Go for double Dorans into Rylai's. It's much better. How many questions do you think you will get? And can I eat your hair? It looks like treacle candy floss. Okay, my hair is not like treacle candy floss, okay? My hair is more like steel wool, okay? This hair is brittle as fuck. It is brittle. It is brittle. It's horrible. When I shave it to the number 2 or number 3 that I just get it, you know, shaved. Fuck it, man. Screw trying to style this. It's like a fucking yard brush. It's like bristles on the top of my hair. So, you can eat my hair if you want, but it's not going to be too pleasant. Do you like hot grills? Well, it depends what you put on them. I mean, like, sausages. If you get some nice beef sausages on there, I really like beef sausages. So, yeah, put some beef sausages on that grill and I'm fucking happy, dude. Best ever. Oh, you mean girls? Well, yeah, I mean, that's a given, man. I mean, I'm a guy, you know. Of course I like girls. Favorite anime studio if you had to choose one? JC Staff, probably. They just produce so many of my favorite animes. You know, the Scientific Railgun, Magical Index, Shimonetta, for Christ's sake. Like, they just produce so many of my favorites. They're just the best by association. Do you script your videos? If not, it would be good to put down some key points if you get frustrated or don't know what to say. But in your previous video, I saw you were getting better and better at it. Depends on the video. My Singe Guide videos, I do script. My rant videos, I don't script. My just general informative videos, I usually script. But no, as for my commentaries, I'm not writing out a script for a 50-minute video. What I just do is I just watch the video once before I record, and I just look at key points where I can, oh yep, I'll talk about this here, oh yep, this happens here, so I'll talk about that when that happens, and then I just do the commentary, and yeah, that's just what happens, that's how it goes. And yeah, like, I do stutter a bit, I do like forget things, yeah, obviously, but that's something I'll get better at, so just see the improvement in the future, I guess. Who are you rooting for in the World Finals? No one. I don't care. Like, TSM. I don't even know if they're still in or like anything that's happened, but TSM, just so I want Darius to win. But yeah, Darius is like the only person I care about in the LCS, and if he's not there anymore, I don't care. Favorite YouTuber? Doesn't have to be a League YouTuber. There are quite a few, man. If I had to pick one, it would probably be The Amazing Atheist. I know a lot of you probably hate me now, but I watched The Amazing Atheist for like 4 years. I love his stuff. His older stuff was a lot funnier and a lot better, but, you know, he's still entertaining now. And the Drunken Peasants podcast that he does, I really love that. As for like League YouTubers, GBay99, big one. Red Mercy, I really like. Trin Immortal. Yeah, there are quite a few, but those are probably the favorites right there. Can you tell us about your love life? Non-existent. For lack of trying. I just don't make an effort. I'm not one of those like guys like, oh my god, I'm so nice to ladies and they friend zone me, like, oh my god, my lady, tip my fedora. Like, no, like, I just don't make an effort, I recognize. You can see by the way I look, I don't really put too much stock into my appearance. I just, yeah, maybe one day I'll seriously try, but I don't really feel any inclination at the moment. As for where I'm living, right now I'm living in South Australia, in Adelaide, so pretty boring place, but nice standard of living. It's alright here. Can't complain. If you could buff one thing about Singe to make him better, or at least not get stomped on by a lot of bad matchups, what would you change without making completely busted? His passive. His passive is garbage. Get rid of that. Add something else that better plays to his strengths. It's just not necessary. It's pretty pointless. Sustained damage or burst. Skills or auto attacks. AD or AP. Utility or damage. Sustained. Sustained damage over burst, because I'm not good enough to play bursty champions, and I like sustained damage anyway. It's just more fun. You can just land consistent skill shots, so skill shots over auto attacks is what I like. Like skill shots, but you know, things like abilities, you know, Singe's poison, Karthus' Q, that's all sustained damage, and you know, they're just the champions and I enjoy playing. Utility or damage, probably utility. I'm more of a strategic person when I play than like a tactical, I'm gonna get in and fucking do a lot of damage quickly and then get out. I'm more like, you know, I'm a Singe player, I'm gonna proxy, I'm gonna make pressure, I'm gonna, you know, play Karthus, I'm gonna jungle to level 6, and I'm gonna like take the first dragon without anyone knowing. Like, I'm more of a strategic player than a tactical player, so yeah, utility, mainly. Also, on a scale of Toaster to Vladimir Lenin, how would you rate an Ikea lamp? Well, I actually have an Ikea lamp. Right, there. This thing, right here. That's an Ikea lamp. I don't use it that much. I don't find the light that it provides to be very, very nice. I prefer to use the lamp that I have back there. And the lamp that I have up here. That I'm using as my impromptu studio light before I should really just get a fucking studio light. I don't know why I still have you. You're a piece of fucking shit. You hear that? I don't fucking need you. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I do need you. Just for a little while longer. Just until I get that studio light. You just chill there. What server do you play on? I play on OCE because I live in Australia and I'll get like 220 ping on NA and it's just not good. So yeah, I play on OCE. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? Well, like, ducks aren't that big, so 100 duck-sized horses I can just like stomp on and kill. whereas like one horse-sized duck would be pretty fucking scary. So yeah, I'd rather fight 100 duck-sized horses. I think that would be a much better matchup for me strategically. When did you start playing League of Legends? I mentioned this earlier, but I started playing in like January, like late January. I think it was like a day after Thresh came out, and very soon before, like, I started playing when basically Pre-Season 3 began. So Season 2 had ended, and we just started Pre-Season 3. So like, yeah, late January 2013, I think. Have you ever went skinny dipping? Don't lie, Chimpso. No, I actually haven't. I'm not a big fan of swimming, really. I mean, I can swim. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm scared of water, I can't swim, but, like, I never really liked swimming. Even though it gets hot here in Australia, like, I prefer to just stay home with the air conditioning on instead of going to the fucking beach or something like that. Like. So no, I've never skinny dipped. Well, I think when I was like 5 years old and, you know, my older sister, we were in like Bali or some shit, she like ripped off my underpants as a joke and I sort of had to sit naked crying at the beach. But yeah, that was like the only time I've ever skinny dipped per se. So no, I haven't. But yeah, I mean, that seems to be all the questions that got asked. Actually, no, I think there was one more on Twitter. Like, only one person asked me on Twitter. I feel really, really sad, guys. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Chimpso. I post updates there, and other shit as well. But, let's just take a look at the question that was asked on Twitter. What is your favorite Love Live girl? Okay, I thought, like, oh, it was like an important question on Twitter that I missed, but no. What's my favorite Love Live girl? I haven't actually watched all of Love Live, but I'll probably say, so far, Mucky is probably the best. She's the best. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, that's all, guys. Thank you all for asking your questions. Thank you all for 5,000 subs. It's really great. I know I said this in the last video, but I really appreciate it. It's really great that I get to be able to do something that I enjoy here. And there are people who want to watch me. That makes me really happy inside. Like, I don't think you guys know, like, yeah, YouTubers, we really appreciate this sort of thing. Like, I really know. I used to watch people who do, like, oh, you know, 50,000 sub videos. Thank you all, guys. I'm like, yeah, thank you, whatever. Like, no, thank you a lot. I understand now, like, what they were saying and, like, how it really feels to have people watching you and enjoying what you do. So, thank you all. I'll catch you on the next video. You all have a great day, you hear? See you all later.